What's up, guys? Hope you guys are having a great Friday afternoon. James here with the Go for Two show. Just a little bit of a teaser video for you guys today for next week's show. So I tried to record this already. This is my second time trying to record it, and I'm gonna try again. We'll see how it goes. And try and do this in one take as well. So pardon me in advance. So SEC Media Days have been a big thing right now all over the internet. Lots of videos about it. Lots of videos ranking teams, ranking quarterbacks, ranking position groups, and all this type of stuff. And one of the things that kept kind of coming to my head is that people's quarterback rankings have been kind of rubbing me the wrong way. And I want to explain that to you guys in the podcast video this week. And I want me and Peyton to go over it. And I want to do our own quarterback rankings in the SEC. And so, this is kind of a teaser video for that. So if you're interested, please let me know in the comments below. I'm actually kind of looking forward to the video. I'm setting up a lot of stuff for it. And maybe even some film for you guys. A little bit of a film review as well to kind of prove my points. And so one of the things I want to talk about is people are ranking quarterbacks based on what they think they will do in the system that they're in, right? They're ranking quarterbacks. They're ranking quarterbacks based on the talented situations that they're in and not the quarterback talent standing alone. So that's been my big problem, is listening to people say, oh, this is the quarterback ranking. This is the top 10 SEC quarterbacks in the country. Okay, well then explain what your ranking is off of, right? Explain the criteria at which you found these quarterbacks as your top 10, right? And so what me and Peyton are going to do is I'm going to make my own quarterback rankings based off of quarterback talent in general, and I want Peyton to make his rankings based off of talent and the talented situation that these quarterbacks are in. And we can compare and contrast and talk about it because I think there's a lot of quarterbacks in the SEC, such as Diego Pavia, that's being ranked so low just because he's on Vanderbilt. I think Diego Pavia is a good quarterback. I think he's a top 10 SEC quarterback. He wins football games. He plays really hard. He levels everybody else up on the team, and the roster plays for Diego Pavia. And so, everybody has seen what that can do to a roster, i.e. Cam Newton, Joe Burrow, Stetson Bennett. Quarterbacks like that are, one of the, some of the best college quarterbacks. They elevated the room around them and made everybody else play better. And so I just want to go over the quarterback rankings in my opinion. And I'm setting that up right now. And one of the things I'll kind of tease for you guys is kind of my criteria and what I'm going to be ranking my quarterbacks off of. So when you guys see it, you kind of already kind of understand where my head's at. So I've been looking. I went and watched a bunch of film on all the guys from last year that we saw, there was a lot of things that surprised me and a lot of things that I didn't realize. I didn't realize some quarterbacks were this good or this bad or whatever. So one of the things I'm going to do is I'm going to be ranking them on what we've seen, and so that's going to be my quarterback ranking, and it's going to be a quarterback ranking because I feel like when you say quarterback ranking, you're ranking the quarterback's talent, not the team's talent, not the situation's talent, not because they play at Texas, not because they play at Vandy. I'm ranking them. I'm taking the team off of them, and I'm ranking them solely as how good of a quarterback I think they are. So that's a big deal. Like Ty Simpson. Is Ty Simpson really a top 10 quarterback? We haven't seen him play. In the little bit of time that we did see him play, he didn't play very well. Now, I'm going to go and take what I saw from Ty Simpson and judge it based on what I saw from Gunnar Stockton. I think Gunnar Stockton, based on what we have seen from last year, I think Gunnar Stockton is a better quarterback than Ty Simpson. Now, throughout the year, I'd love to come back to this every 3 weeks and update it and change it and show you guys what's changed and like what I think about these quarterbacks. So I'm kind of looking forward to that too, and we're going to do that throughout the season as well as Peyton's rankings. And so I also want to talk about, okay, well then if we're ranking the quarterback off of the talent that he has, is it easier or harder to play in the SEC versus the American Conference versus the CUSA Conference? If the quarterback is decent and one of the best quarterbacks in the American Conference, yes, that can translate to the SEC, but do we think he's going to play better or worse than he did in the American Conference? Since we have not seen him play against SEC talent, how can I rank the quarterback with other quarterbacks who have played SEC talent? Does that make sense? I feel like that makes total sense. So that's going to be the other part, is ranking them on like what talent did they play against last year? Okay, well if the guy didn't play, he hasn't played yet. Okay, he's going to be ranked below somebody who at least has film from the American Conference. But the American Conference guy is not going to be ranked above Gunnar Stockton. Does that make sense? I feel like that makes total sense. If I'm crazy, you guys can tell me. But I feel like that's pretty fair based off of an SEC quarterback ranking, if that makes sense. So, that's probably going to get difficult to understand when we talk about somebody like John Mateer. John Mateer is going to be a tough one for me to rank solely because the stuff I saw at Washington wasn't half bad. He's a good quarterback, but do I rank him over Lenore Sellers because I think he's a better quarterback than Lenore Sellers in an SEC quarterback ranking? I don't think that's necessarily correct. The other thing is we are all human beings, and so this is going to be very opinion-based, and it is hard to do this in general. So take it for what it is. It's an opinion. It's my opinion. If you don't like it, perfect. I don't care. Also, then going back to the main point of this whole video is ranking the quarterback as a quarterback and not as what their situation is. So separating the ranking of the team and how good the players are around him, separating that from the quarterback. And yeah, I think that's, and then, yeah, so just separating the ranking criteria from the players around him. I think that's a huge point that needs to be made. And one of the ways to fix this is to, when someone posts a video of an SEC quarterback ranking, they need to specify what the ranking is in the title. So not SEC quarterback ranking. Call it ranking quarterbacks based on their talent around them and what we think they can do next year with what they have. I think that makes total sense. If I'm sounding crazy, tell me in the comments. If it makes sense, tell me in the comments. If it's a new way, I think it's a new way of looking at quarterback rankings, to be honest, because I don't think people do that. They try to, but they just don't do it. And I'll kind of show you some videos of stuff that I found that, kind of tell that story as well. So yes, this is a teaser video for next week. We should be getting that video. We'll probably go live either Wednesday or Thursday. You guys be on the lookout for that on the Instagram, at the Go for Two Show on Instagram. I'm gonna be posting the video, I'll be posting on my story before that, just to kind of give you guys a heads up, as well as my Twitter page. Same for everything. I can put those links in the description below. Thank you guys so much for watching. Again, if you guys are in the market to buy or sell your home in the state of Georgia, please give me a call. I'll leave my office number down in the comments below. You are welcome to call me whenever you need to. Thank you guys so much for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. Punch the like button, please. We will see you guys next week live. Take it easy.